Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. It's July 31st, and it's a Sunday, and it is after work, sort of. I actually agreed to take a call, to be the nurse on call until 10 o'clock tonight, because the nurse on call wanted some time off, so I snagged some hours of on call again. I haven't done the overnight on call in a while, but I don't have to do it all night, thankfully. Because I'm working tomorrow and the next day and all of that stuff. But yeah, pretty good bunch of visits. I was just kind of following up with people I saw over the weekend, and I did like a cat pump set change. You know, that's always kind of fun. You know, setting up the gear and looking at the infusion site and everything. But I've had this one guy lately that's had these horrible ankle cramps, horrible crushing 10 out of 10 ankle cramps. And, you know, I feel bad for the guy because when he has them, he's, like, howling and weeping in the bed, you know. And he's on a couple of different medications for muscle relaxers, and, you know, we even broke into the liquid morphine to try to, you know, relieve his pain. But the thing that was the most effective of me watching this guy for a good hour or so and trying to help him get his ankle pain under control was actually splinting, not splinting. I grabbed a pillow and I sort of made like a soft footboard for him. His hospital bed didn't have a footboard, and whenever his feet were dropping, he had these intense, you know, cramps. I'm not sure what they're related to. I mean, he's got diagnoses of cirrhosis and panhypopituitarism, which is fun to say, if nothing else. And, you know, he was having them in the wrists, too, so I thought it might be like asterixis or something like that, but, you know, it was negative for asterixis on exams, so I wasn't really sure what was going on. But when I bolstered his feet with that pillow and I wedged it between his mattress and the low footboard, his feet felt great, and he went right to sleep. So that is going to be something I'm going to check for more often when somebody is in bed. So I put what I hope are the finishing touches on my project. I had to give somebody at the agency that I work for. Like, you know, like I was saying before, I had to give them, you know, a copy of everything in the handouts and the case studies and everything. And, you know, I looked around at different case studies, and instead of, like, using one that was published elsewhere, I just wrote my own case studies. And I think they're pretty good. I ran them by a couple of nurses, and they said that they were, you know, that they covered all of the important aspects of those two situations. The artificial nutrition hydration and withdrawal of anti-dementia medications. And then I threw in a bonus one. There's like a bonus ethical dilemma that I threw in at the end. That was a copy of the ethical dilemma that we were assigned in our transition to practice class. That was a much more complicated one that involved somebody who was on HIV and they wanted to stop dialysis because they had end-stage AIDS. You know, I think I mentioned this one before. So I'm including that one in it as well, just to, you know, like invite at the end, just to invite like open comment on what they think of that one without like any right or wrong answer or anything. So I did that, and I typed up my narrative of like my imaginary discussion group, because I didn't really know what they meant when they said they wanted to know what I was going to say, because I don't know what I'm going to say, you know, like I don't know what they're going to say, you know, I don't know what their facial expressions are going to be like, I don't know what their body language is going to be like, I don't know what they're interested in, so I just did my little imaginary discussion group in my head, and I just sort of assumed the worst and said that nobody would say, and assumed that nobody said anything unless I, you know, prompted them to. And I was actually still working on it last night at a pool party with a bunch of my friends, you know, at a pool party and having a good time and swimming, and there was a DJ there, and I was just kind of sitting by the pool with my little laptop, you know, tapping away and puzzling over this imaginary discussion group that, you know, I don't know, it ended up being 3 pages long, which is good because with discussion, if each page takes about 10 minutes to get through, then I should be right on track. I'm a little anxious about what the representative of my employer thinks of it, and I am kind of short on time for revisions. You know, I mean, she's going to look at it tomorrow, and I'm going to actually do the thing on Wednesday, and I still haven't even gotten feedback from my instructor yet. So I guess I'll just send her an email and just update her with how I've refined and added to it since I actually handed in the project, which was like, I don't know, well over a week ago, like a week and a half ago. She said to give her a week to give feedback, because we have to get feedback from her before we do the project. But it's like over a week and a half later and I still haven't had feedback, so I'm just gonna go about tweaking it on my own. That's fine. I'm excited to actually do it. I'm a little nervous about what people are gonna think about my preparation for it, like beforehand. And this is always the way that it's been for me. You know, when I took public speaking as my first attempt at going to school for engineering, I thought public speaking was a blast. I thought it was really easy. But I only got a C in it because there were two components. You know, you got graded on your presentations, and then the class grades you as part of your grade too. And I got perfect scores in all my presentations. But I only got a C in the class because I never committed anything to writing. I just, you know, walked to class, had a shot of vodka to loosen myself up, and showed up and started talking. And it was great. And I did very well at it. But now I have to actually like write stuff down, so I'm like trying to adjust to that. It's not really my style, but I'll try. I mean, I'm supposed to be getting something out of this, so I guess I can look at it as practice for organizational skills and for selling myself and convincing people that I know what I'm talking about, which is an ongoing process, I guess. You know, like people are always improving at that, so it's fine. Yeah, I still got like a little bit of minor homework to do about the Nursing Practice Acts and stuff, and you know, that's pretty much all review for me because my faculty at the nursing school that I went to at Three Rivers, the faculty there were, not all of them, but you know, many of them were very active politically and really inspired a lot of interest in the issues of nursing as a profession, you know, nationally, and how the Practice Act and state laws and stuff, how that all you know, comes together and how it affects our practice and how it affects our patients and stuff. So, you know, I'm glad that the work's not too stressful, and maybe I'm a little disappointed that most of the assignments don't require very much thought or effort. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how it goes. I'm still early on in the course of study so far, so this is probably just the warm up. Oh yeah, and pay no attention to this, by the way. I've got like a little stethoscope hanging up here, and it actually doesn't work anymore. It broke a while back, and rather than fix it, I just kind of turned it into a trophy and hung it up over my rear view mirror. And I haven't been pulled over once since I hung it up there, so maybe that's my good luck charm. Maybe that's protecting me from getting pulled over. I actually haven't been pulled over once since I started doing this job where I'm driving around all day. But I, you know, drive really carefully anyways. I drive kind of like a little old lady sometimes. So besides work and school, I'm really excited about this next week of picking up shifts. I'm going to be working pretty much all through the week except for that one day where I'm doing my in-service teaching project. But I'm going to be covering for a nurse who does mostly the visits to the nursing home, which is cool because I like doing the visits to the nursing home. And I think I'm going to be covering like mostly just one person's caseload. So, you know, for a few days I'll get to like step into the shoes of the full-time job I really wish I had right now. And, you know, try to promote continuity and be comprehensive and handle all the caseload, you know, for that week. And so I'm excited to do that and to actually be going into the office for a few days in a row because I do enjoy actually going to the office, and I really enjoy, believe it or not, going to interdisciplinary team meetings or whatever, you know, procedural, administrative meetings that the nurses all have to get together and have with the social workers and the pharmacists and all that stuff. Maybe I wouldn't think it was exciting to do if I had to do it every week, but I could probably count the number of times I've been to the interdisciplinary team meeting at this place on both hands, so it's still kind of novel to me, and I like giving report and sharing what I know and you know, discussing things as a group. You know, it's very fun for me. So I'm looking forward to this next week of working, and I hope after this week of working I'll have a few days off in a row because not too many days off in a row, but if I work too many days in a row, I start to kind of lose it a little bit, and if I don't work for too many days in a row, I really lose it. You know, it's like hard to keep my life in balance when I have nothing to do all day. According to the clinical schedule, I'm going to be getting more overnight on-call shifts this month. I guess they need some coverage on some days. So it'll be kind of interesting to go back to overnight on-call just, you know, a couple of days a week. I'm not going to be doing a lot of it like I was before, but yeah, it should be fun to do. And besides work and school, not too much going on. Just kind of hanging out and not even playing video games very much right now. Mainly just doing my charting and kind of doing my reading for school, and that's kind of it. That's okay. It keeps my mind busy at least, and that's always important. I'm almost home, so that'll be it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm working, and after work tomorrow I will be doing this again. So